Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a beautiful Friday night here in Dormont. My name is Rick DeRubis. Alongside me, my good friend Kyle Templin, and we are back for another season of Central Catholic Viking football. And Kyle, we could not have ordered this day out of a catalog. Probably one of the nicest days we've seen in the Pittsburgh area in quite some time between the heat and the weather, but we are just all happy to be here together in a football stadium with fans. If you look to my left, Kyle, you see a very full student section ready for this matchup tonight between the Vikings and Penn Hills.
Absolutely. The student section looks raucous. It looks like there's some sort of a Hawaiian theme going on over there right now, which is great. Great for the weather. I can't tell you how excited I am to be back in high school football season. It is great. The Vikings look like they have a great squad. I know that they lost their first game of the season, but Clutch went ahead and put on Viking beard oil.
There you go.
And that should be what gets them over the hump today against Penn Hills.
All right, and we are ready for kickoff. Welcome back, high school football. We are ready for you, Central Catholic Vikings, going left to right. And here comes the kick, and we are underway here in Dormont. Kick fielded at the goal line by Penn Hills, going to be brought out and taken up the center. It looks like number 3 on it. Nice penetration by the Vikings, and they are able to stop that at the 12-yard line. That is where the Indians will begin tonight. And I didn't catch the number. There was a gang tackle. A couple of guys got in there. Looked like 14 was in on the action as well.
14 was in on the action, and the ball carrier for Penn Hills was Barney, number 3. And I'll tell you what, he's going to be in the game a lot for Penn Hills, but he did not get very many yards on that. He had a little sidestep there, and then he was immediately brought down to the field. And
I don't know that he had an option not to come out, because I think he fielded that at maybe the 6-inch line. So he wasn't actually in the end zone, which is a great kick by was it Shearer who kicked off. And here we go, underway, and we have number 2 starting in a pistol formation for Penn Hills. Man in motion. He's going to be followed, and we got a handoff right up the gut, and it is student body tackle there for maybe the gain of 2 or 3. Looking at a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, pretty straightforward play there. You know, right off of the inside tackle there. Running back was brought down right away, and you're right, the whole team pretty much zoned in on that and put the stop.
Julian Duggar is the man controlling the football for Penn Hills tonight. And he will again go pistol. I watched them warm up. I didn't see at any point him go under center, but I did see him throw quite a bit, and he can do it.
Absolutely.
And the ball goes over Duggar's head. It does not quite go into the end zone. It comes to a rest at about the 2-yard line, where the Central Catholic Vikings pounce on Duggar. So he is able to hold it, and we have some words already in this one at the 2-yard line.
Well, you know, some of these kids are excited to be playing again and everything. I'm sure that it's just a little bit of emotions running there, you know, being back, first couple of games of the season. But smart play there by Duggar to just fall on the ball instead of trying to pick it up. It works out in Central Catholic's favor as they're now backed up inside the 2.
Actually, it kind of worked out in Penn Hills' favor if you think about it, because that ball bounced to the 6-inch line.
True.
Another couple of inches, we were looking at 2 points. Duggar standing in the end zone. He's looking to throw. Goes to the far side of the field. He does find a man at the 2-yard line, and that guy finds his way up to, I believe, the 10, and it is
might be the 11.
Down. Yeah, 10, 11-yard line, and we will have our first punt of the game. Penn Hills will be punting out of their own end zone, and that looks to be, I want to say 19. 19? DeAndre Cochran, I believe, might be the punter. We are kind of far away and actually not in the press box tonight. Great job by Joe, Tom, and Emma to get this thing underway. What these guys managed to do to make us look and sound good is pretty incredible. Here comes the snap in the end zone. Fielded and –
ooh, very close.
Yeah, very close. And looks like we got a fair catch called for at the 38-yard line, and that is where the Central Catholic Vikings will begin their first drive. You know what? If you think about it, that's actually a 40-some-yard punt. It was a pretty good
nice punt. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought he may have shanked it, but, that was a pretty decent punt considering he came about 4 yards deep into the end zone.
No, actually, he not only was it a nice punt as far as distance, but he actually put it over towards the sideline so that the runner had no choice But to call fair catch, he wasn't going to run the sideline for any extra yards there.
Just watching the warm-ups tonight, one thing I saw, a couple things I saw Penn Hills can do. Duggar can't throw the football. If he gets a chance, he can throw it pretty accurately, and they do have a kicking game. Here comes the snap, and our first play is out to the near side, looking to make a move, and makes a very nice move.
Yes.
That is number 10, Brandon Jackson. And he picks up, and what's so crazy is that we haven't had this kind of noise in the background for an entire season. And I'm trying to catch what's happening on the field, and it goes again quickly. And here we go. We've got a running play coming to the near side. That is in the capable hands of number 4, Gannon Carruthers. He will bring it to the near side towards the team.
Well, Carruthers we remember from last season.
Absolutely.
He had some good plays there in a few games. And, starting this year as the running back. The previous play, though, with Jackson, I cannot stress enough the sidestep that he made there, because that got him an additional probably 8 yards on that play. Because he was looking to get hit by at least 2 guys there, made a quick sidestep and ran it for another 8 yards.
Did they call a penalty?
They might have.
Because it looks like they've moved up another 5, so I'm not sure what happened there. But
there might have been some extracurriculars on the play.
Ball resting on the 21-yard line. Man in motion, and here's the snap. Looking to go downfield. They do come by the near side, go to cut back in, and that is going to be driven down to the 10-yard line by number 32, Vernon Settles. So we've got starting at the 38, aided by a couple of really nice plays, and through the air. Nothing too high risk with the throws, but they are very makeable throws, no doubt about that. And Peyton Wainer looking again. He is walking up to the line.
Looks like they're changing the play.
Yeah, I was going to say change the play. Now he's going to step back, go to the shotgun. Wainer receives the ball down low, and he's going to hand it off, and it's going to go right up the gut and pushed. Looks like for no gain, maybe the loss of 1.
Even if he got forward momentum there, I think he maybe only got a yard.
Yeah.
Settles on that play before. That was a really good inside roll that he ran there, and that was really good for positive yards there. A really quick pass there. Great play by Central Catholic.
Wainer again wastes no time back in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off. It's going to come near side and looking to push up. There goes to the 10, down to the 5, and not quite to the end zone. It looks like he got to about the 2, but we do have some laundry on the field, and I have a feeling that one is coming back.
Yep, I get the feeling that is going to be an illegal block to the back.
And they are marching it off. And that is going to come back. Sun is setting here in Dormont, Pennsylvania. I'm Rick. That's Kyle. We got a great crew with us tonight. Tom, Emma, and Joe making the magic happen into your living room or on your smart device, wherever you may be. Thank you for enjoying Central Catholic Viking football. Man in motion. Here comes Wainer. He's got it. He's going to go far side. And nice block there by number 19. Unable to spring him for too many yards, but certainly a nice block.
Yeah, that was a great block there. It really saved the negative yards there that looked like it was going to happen. Penn Hills had a beat on that pass play, and they just couldn't convert on the tackle in the backfield because of that great block.
Wainer again in the looking back. I like what Wainer's doing here. He's actually trying to draw him off on every play. And that is going to bring up
Looks like they're going to go with the kicking team.
Yeah, I was going to say bring up 4th and long, so we bring in the kicking team. Last week, only two scores for Central Catholic. They were both field goals.
Yes, something that Central Catholic struggled with last year was the kicking game, and they're a lot better this year on it for sure.
So Wainer is the man to hold. Matthew setting himself in place. Wainer calls for the ball, gets it down. Kick is up. And it goes almost to the street. That was a strong kick by Matthew, and he has put the Central Catholic Vikings on the board. Recap, started at the 38-yard line off of a punt out of the end zone and results in 3 points as the Vikings take the early lead. 6:57 to go here in the first quarter on a beautiful sunlit evening as the sun sets here in Dormont, and we are very happy to be joining you tonight. Want to mention a few things. The Letterman's Club Golf Outing. The Letterman's Club Golf Outing will take place on October 11th at Edgewood Country Club. This year's outing is in memory of John Jack Twyman, the class of 51. So if you want more information about that, you can visit centralcatholichs.com/golf for more details.
I'll tell you what, it would be a great day to go golfing today.
It would. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy to see fans.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see the band. It really, last year, as we get the kickoff, last year we didn't have any of this. Nice kick deep into the end zone, and that one is going to be a touchback. We sat so many times last year, Kyle, looking at empty bleachers. And don't get me wrong, I loved doing the games last year.
Yeah.
But this is why high school football is so special in America.
Absolutely.
It's a gathering of people. It's a gathering. Look at all the kids down to our left, and their Hawaiian-themed shirts. They're having a good time. The parents are here. There's people on both sides. The bands. It's just the whole atmosphere of high school football is so special here in America, and we are certainly glad to be a part of it tonight. Getting ready is Duggar. He will start again from the pistol position. I have a feeling he does not get under center at any point, and he has a running back to his right. He's looking to throw, and he is going to get caught. He drops the ball.
Oh.
And I do believe Central Catholic may have it. Waiting for the official call, and Central Catholic
is saying that they got it. Yep.
Oh, 51. Donovan Heinisch comes up like a beast with that football. I will say this: Heinisch looks to be one of the bigger kids that's out on the field, and he was actually the one high-fiving everybody on the way in out of the locker room. Obviously, a team leader. In for the touchdown.
And it is touchdown.
Touchdown Vikings off of a nice turnover by Heinisch. And it results was that a two-play drive for the touchdown. And it is now a 9-0 advantage for the Vikings pending this extra point. Wayner's down, ready to take the snap. Matthews ready to kick it. Call for the ball, down, and through the uprights, into the net. And we have a quick 10-0 lead for the Vikings here at beautiful Dormont Memorial Stadium. 6:15 left to go in the first quarter, and this is exactly the start that you want. The whole left side of the field, Kyle, hasn't been used.
I'll tell you what, it's a great start for the Vikings to get down here, to get on the board early twice. The defense did a great job on that last series of plays, not only with pressuring the quarterback and causing the turnover, but just with absolute great coverage on plays, really being aware in the center of the field of where the quarterback is going, where the handoffs are going. It's almost like they can telegraph the play as it's happening.
Yeah, so far, obviously, a nicely scouted game by the Vikings. They seem to have every answer so far. Granted, we're only about halfway through the first quarter, but I don't think you could have ordered the beginning of this game out of a catalog if you're a Vikings fan. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Vikings fans, let your friends know that you can watch this stream, and once the game is over, it lives on the YouTube page that you're watching it on, so you can always go back and watch it again. Ball fielded at the 5. And here comes the opportunity. Nice attempt at a stiff arm.
It was.
It really was.
Some old school Mike Ditka there.
Yeah, that one you felt. And the ball actually makes its way into the best field position for the Indians for this entire game, up to the right on the 20-yard line.
Right on the 20. Yeah, it looks like, good field position so far, for this play series for Penn Hills. Wait and see what happens. They've been pretty pass heavy.
Yeah, I'm not ready to pack it in tonight for Penn Hills by any stretch. It's a nice lead for the Vikes, but Penn Hills obviously has a lot of athletes. Watching them warm up, they've got some guys that can move and shake, and Duggar is certainly one of them as he is ready to call for the ball. He has two men to the left, gives it to the deep man, and another nice tackle coming up with that big tackle. Looked to be, is it 45?
I believe it was 45, yes.
All right. Is that Ty Yawns?
Oh.
You have to forgive us, everybody.
Yes.
Not only are we learning the
Ty
players,
Yawns.
but due to the fact we're actually in the bleachers, it's not the easiest thing in the world for us to be able to access all the pieces. But we hope that you're enjoying tonight's broadcast on a rolling clock. 5:36 left to go here in the first quarter. Duggar looks again. He's got men on each side, 3 men out wide, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near, and he is going to look to throw. It's far side, and he is going to get swallowed.
Oh.
He is swallowed by a host of Viking tacklers.
It only took about 2.5 seconds, Rick, and he was surrounded by blue and gold.
I will say this. We're what, 100 yards from this kid? And you can read his eyes from here. You knew that he was going to roll to the far side of the field.
Yep.
And I don't think that anybody on the Vikings couldn't diagnose what was going to happen there.
No, so far the Penn Hills offense has been very telegraphic. They just telegraph a lot of their plays, and it's not working for them. And they're very pass heavy, which I'm surprised about.
That's a loss of 6. Yes, I'm surprised about that too. And obviously here comes again looking to pass, and he's going to try to step up in the pocket, and he is brought down again by number 51, who's having the quarter of his life, Donovan Heinisch.
Yeah, Heinisch was all over that. It looked like he was going to make a break for some yards there to get himself out of the pocket, maybe buy himself some more time, or maybe run for some yards. And Heinisch wasn't having it. He just swallowed him up as soon as he put that foot forward.
And still waves of student section coming in tonight into the building, and it is good to see.
Yeah, that student section is really packed.
Yeah, packed up, Hawaiian night, and we are here in Dormont for a beautiful beginning. Yeah, I saw some pizzas coming in. 4 minutes left to go on the running clock. It is 4th and 21, negative yards so far for the Indians. There's another punt. This one's going to go up the middle, and I do believe it's going to be returned. That is fielded by number 4, and he is at the 30. He's at the 20, and he is he is at the 25, run out of bounds at the 25 or so yard line. So, again, nobody has used the left side of this field thus far, Kyle.
No.
And it is, again, incredible position for the Vikes as they look to take a commanding lead in this one, 10-0.
It's almost like we're playing arena football here, Rick.
Yeah,
only 50 yards.
Only 50 yards.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, though. I will say this about the Penn Hills. The punter is tremendous.
The punter's really good.
I mean,
but I will say this. That was number 4 that fielded that one, Gannon Carruthers.
Great return.
Yeah, great return by Gannon, and he will join Wayner in the backfield. Pistol formation. Wayner grabbed it, and that ball is batted down immediately in his face.
That was 43. Nice. 43 did a great job on that, and that was – let's see.
Nice
Keith Pellman for Penn Hills. Great job there. He knew he was going to pass, put a big body in the air, got a hand on it, and was able to bat that down in the backfield.
Absolutely. And now they will try it again from the opposite side. Carruthers joins Wayner in the backfield. 3:45 on the stopped clock. Getting the plays in from Coach. Back under, steps back into shotgun. Carruthers goes back to the other side, and I was going to say they may be running the same play, and I think they were running a similar play.
Yeah.
Same result, though, no yards. Unable to connect is Wayner.
It looked like on that one, unfortunately, it looked like the quarterback and the wide receiver were not on the same page with that play. The wide receiver looked like he was in the wrong position and had to run back immediately to get back into position, and that just didn't work out.
So I think this is the first time, I think, in this game so far that they have found themselves in a third down situation.
I believe that you're right, Rick. Let's see how they do for conversion here.
Yeah, Wayner tapping Carruthers, like, go one more step. Man in motion, and Wayner's got the ball down. He's going to throw. He's going to throw to the near side. That's number 32. Picks it up and only manages to pick up a couple of yards. That is 32. Vernon Settles.
Interesting play call there, Rick, on third down. Short pass. Not really, there was a little curl route on the inside there, but it didn't look like they were really going for the first down on that one. It looks like maybe because they're so confident in their field position that they figured, we're ahead by 10. We might as well go for it and see what happens.
On this 4th and 10, it looks like
they're going to kick.
The Vikes are going to attempt a pretty long
very strong field goal game this year.
I mean, this is this is going to be like a 41, 42-yarder. Matthew is set. Oh, and it's a fake. And they're going to try to go up the gut.
Oh,
and it goes to number
nowhere.
4. Was that go to Carruthers?
Yeah.
And it went nowhere. So a stop by Penn Hills and the opportunity for them to try to battle back here. A 10-0 score, 2:50 left to go as the sun is setting here in Dormont, Pennsylvania. What a unique place for a football field. We've seen Graham Field is in a neighborhood, so it's not like we're unfamiliar with that, but, somebody that lives directly across the street could sit on their porch and watch the whole game.
Well, a lot of these fields, this is definitely a historic field in
absolutely.
itself, and a lot of these fields were built back in the day.
Your score from Dormont, Vikings 10, Indians nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter, or should we stay? All right, we will be back with the second quarter.
So now that they're finally down on this end of the field, they're going to go to the other.
There's a bond among Central people that extends far beyond the 4 years that you spend at this wonderful institution. Should I start with the next?
Welcome back here to Dormont. First play of the second quarter is a run up the middle, and it looked like it gained about 3 or 4 yards, and we are at 4th and 3. Here comes the punt team for the Vikings. 10-0, your score. Rick DeRubis, Kyle Templin with you. Emma, Joe, and Tom bringing you all the action on the cameras.
I'll tell you what, Rick, with Penn Hills having a number of players playing both ways this season, it really makes you wonder how they're going to be able to hold up in the second half of this game, because the first half has been pretty long for them already.
Snap is back, punt is good, and a fair catch called for, but he took off. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know if he maybe forgot that he raised his hand in the air there. You never know. You know, it looked like, to me it looked like he put his hand in the air, and the official saw what I saw, so.
And some discussions there at the 45-yard line between.
It looked like he put his hand up in the air, but I don't know if he was just saying that he was the one that was going to get it. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like actually the officials discussed it because some saw it as not a fair catch, others did.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure, but. Nonetheless, Penn Hills actually having the most momentum they've had all game. That was really their first stop.
Yes.
And has created an opportunity. In fact, well, I guess there was a 4th down that was a fake field goal.
There was the fake
they stopped.
Fake field goal.
And back to Duggar, and it's going to go straight up the middle, and he is going to be received very nasty.
Yes. That's definitely going to be a 4-yard loss there.
Yeah, Elias just came up to the line and stuffed him. Yeah. Actually, I don't know that they're giving him much a loss on that.
Well, because they're going to give him forward progress on that. So he was brought backwards on the play, but his forward momentum was going to take him only like a yard maybe off of where they originally were, it looks like.
All right, so they're going to call it no gain, 2nd and 10. Duggar back again. And he wants to throw, and he's looking to throw, and he is going to get just sideways. 41 and 16 in on that one. 41. Robert Fulton, 16, also in there. Anthony Specca. And that was
very dangerous play there for Duggar because his knees hit the ground there, but he was still upright. And, you don't want to see somebody come in there for the second hit. Luckily, Central Catholic saw that. They just came in and tapped him and brought him down. So,
all right. That was a loss of 11 on the play. It's 3rd and 21, and I actually think with that loss that they may actually be back to negative yards again. Ducker's looking to go to back, and he is going to escape the pocket. No, he drops the football. The ball is on the ground, and it is recovered by number 3. That is J.D. Younger. Picks it up off the turf, and the Central Catholic Vikings will start there at the 26-yard line of Penn Hills. And as good as the offense has been, it's the defense that stars in this game.
Well, the defense has been playing lights out, and they've been really putting the pressure on Duggar. I mean, he is running for his life back there, which makes me wonder why Penn Hills is not running the ball more or providing more options for Duggar to run himself.
I'm not sure why they're just not an option team.
Yeah.
I really just don't. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not here to question anybody. I'm not a head football coach, but just as a guy who observes a lot of high school football, I just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And we have back at the 35-yard line calling for the snap. That's Wayner. He's going to go downfield, and he's got 2 men open. That is 19 with the reception, and he's going to take that ball down to the 3-yard line.
That is number 19, Josh Altsman, who is the tight end. He is 6'4", 230 pounds, and a senior. And he looks all of 6'4", 230
And you know what? They had 2 open men. Had he
did.
not caught it,
Yeah.
the guy next to him would have caught it probably for a touchdown. Here's Wayner again. He's going to line up. He's at the 7, and it is hard yards in for Gannon Carruthers. And it is 16-0 lead for the Vikings. I mean, really, Kyle, I think there's only, 15 offensive plays in this whole game.
There really is.
I don't know that the Vikings have run more than 15 plays.
I'll tell you what, there really is. And the Vikings are keeping the offense very simple, actually. You know, a lot of short passes. That might have been the longest pass of the game, actually, is that pass to the tight end.
Well, it definitely was the longest pass of the game. We're looking for the extra point. Snap is down. Whistle's blown. Flags fly.
Ball is into nowhere land?
Into the cars.
That's fine.
That was actually on Penn Hills. Scoreboard's not updated, but it is, in fact, 16-0.
It is, in fact, 16-0.
Joe, do we have scoreboard up for visual? Okay, so we try to keep track of that for you as well, but it is definitely 16-0.
So move a little bit closer here for the Vikings.
He's going to kick it into the woods. I mean, they moved him up 5 yards closer.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the back of a truck bed down there in the parking lot. Snaps down, kicks up, through, and legitimately ends up in the parking lot.
Well, I mean, look, I don't need a windshield.
Well, you probably don't have one now, so it works out. Works out.
Yeah.
17-0 your score, 9:23, and we'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back with more football action right here in Dormont. We're back here in Dormont. It is 9:23 left to go here in the second quarter. 17-0 advantage for your Central Catholic Vikings. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Rick DeRubis alongside my friend Kyle Templin, bringing the action from Dormont. And here is the kick. It is going to be fielded at the 5. Penn Hills on the move there to cross the 15 up to the 20 and taken down. And we've got some extracurricular there at the 23. Ref's going to separate them. There's 7 again from Penn Hills. And he has been in on every shove. I'm not an overly sportsman-like player in myself, even still in the athletics that I participate in. But this guy's legitimately in on every extracurricular activity. That's Cameron Thomas. Keep an eye on him.
Well, look,
7.
Cameron Thomas might actually be one of the captains for the team, and he might just be sticking up for his teammates.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. But I mean, after every play is a little excessive.
Well, he wants people to know that you can't be messing around with this player.
I mean, I can appreciate the fact that you need some intensity here. You're down 17. It's only 9:18 left to go in the second quarter. It's on the verge of being a rout. I was going to say that was a slow developing play, and it's going to go essentially nowhere back across the 21-yard line.
That was an extremely odd play because number 77 did not move for a solid 3 seconds there.
Yeah, I think that was I don't know if the right person got that assignment.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that I think 77 didn't know. I think he was thinking there was a different play going on because he stayed in that crouch position while everybody ran around him.
8:40 here on the running clock in the second quarter. Duggar looking back. He's got a sidecar, receivers to each side, and he's going to hand it to the deep man. Deep man going to try to come up with it. And I will say this, and it's a nice game. It's a nice game, but really the all-star play there was by Robert Fulton. I think it's Robert Fulton IV. Came up. The play went past him, and his closing speed is what brought him back to that tackle.
Well, Amir Key was the runner on that, and we've seen him have some really good sidesteps at the line where he's been able to avoid getting crushed by players. We just haven't seen him had any breakout plays until that one right there.
And we've seen good defensive play by the Vikings.
Yes.
And it is 3rd and 4. What can they do here? Duggar has a sidecar to the near side. He's got he's got trips on the far side. He's going to go to that far side, and he is going to get hit hard.
Yes.
And he is not going to complete that pass going to 4th down. Good call good no call by the officials. I mean, it was just a solid hit that drove through his waist. So nothing there to call, but it was a shot.
Well, what was dangerous about that hit, Rick, was that not only did the defensive player run into the quarterback, but also the lineman ran into the quarterback too that was blocking. And when you have that much weight coming down on you, you hope, and luckily in that case, nobody got hurt.
It's 4th and 4. I would look – the possibility for a fake punt here exists because they really need some momentum.
Yeah.
And it's not terribly far. Watch that they don't snap it to this up man here. I think it's number 8, but I can't tell. No, they are going to – their traditional punt. It's back. Ball straight up in the air. It's going to land at the 48 and continue to roll around and get down at the 50-yard line. And we've got some talking and a flag and some laundry.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get some unsportsmanlike down there on the sideline. It looked like there was a few players that were trading some shoves. And at this point in the game, we're already, into the second quarter, and the officials are just not going to put up with that all game anymore.
Well, I mean, they can't.
Yeah.
There's just too much time. There's a whole half plus 7:40 left to go in the second. You have to get that under control now or this game won't finish. I mean, and it's not – I don't want to over-exaggerate the chippiness. I'm fine with chippiness. It's just what is it becoming?
Yeah. No, you're right. And that's going to bring the ball way back, it looks like.
That ball is going to sit at the 33-yard line.
So that brings it almost back to where it was punted.
I think it was punted somewhere around the 15, but, yeah, I mean, the net is not good on that. Ball's on the 33-yard line.
So break for Central Catholic on that one.
Here's what I see Central doing. I think I'd go big right here. And they've got wide receivers. They got trips to the far side. Ooh. And nice job by Wayner just to knock it down and fall on top of it. And I 100% believe they were going for a home run there.
Yeah, really I think you're right. It looked like all the wide receivers were running towards the end zone there. It definitely looked like it. Just a low snap, unfortunately, for the quarterback there.
So will they try that again? They just might. There's three
wide.
Like it. Yeah, 3 wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near side, and Wayner has it. He's going to come here to the near side. And it is picked up by number 10. Nice job as he continues to push forward. That is Brandon Jackson able to get that ball from the 33-yard line down to about the –
looks like just
there's laundry on the field, and it's coming back.
Looks like it. Looks like we might have a hold or possibly – they're saying illegal man downfield. That can't be
I'm not really sure how quick that could have happened. I mean, Jackson is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just quick. So I don't know who got down there that fast, but that's going to bring the ball back.
Looks like they're going to run the same play, Rick.
43-yard line, and they've got options from this play. Side card for Wayner. 3 to the far side of the field, 1 to the near.
Might be switching it up here now.
And those guys are in different positions because now we have 32 closest to us. And it is snapped. It's back.
Long pass.
Long throw by Wayner. And I tell you what, it's going to come back down to the spot of the file was the 15. And there was just no way that wasn't going to get called as a pass interference.
Yeah, both guys there were mugging him going all the way down the field. And, look, maybe that probably saved a touchdown, to be honest with you. So I can't dispute, doing that because, he had a good beat on the ball. And, if he would have came down with it, I'm not sure that those two guys would have been able to gobble him up in a hurry.
No, it's the right call. Ball will be placed now back to the original line of scrimmage when all of this started at the 33. 6:46 left to go here in the first half. Snap back to Wayner. He's going to hand off. No, he's going to keep it. And he is going to do some juking and jiving all the way down to the 29-yard line.
Like that might get him to the first.
I don't know. I actually think he's about 6 inches short from the spot.
Yeah,
on
it looks
far
like
side.
it. Looks like that's where they're putting the position pull there. So, yeah, it looks like really close. I mean, if you're 3rd and 16 right now, do you just QB keep it again?
No, you're about 3rd and 6 inches here. Although he is in, and there you go. There is the first down. Ball carried and continues to be carried. Wow, that is a push by Gannon Carruthers to get up
Gannon
that field.
Carruthers. It looked like he ran into some resistance going up the gut there and was able to keep the wheels turning.
Quick off.
Spun around and then was able to get some more yards.
Quick offense again, trying to keep Penn Hills on their toes. Again, those guys play both ways, a lot of those players for the Indians. So
that has to be the strategy here with the quick
absolutely.
offense.
He's just trying. And to their credit, I don't think they've jumped off sides once.
No, they're a very disciplined team.
And there's Wayner. He's going to hit it back to Carruthers. Carruthers is on his way. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, and he is brought down at the 9-yard line. Another tough run by Carruthers to puts them inside the 10 with an opportunity to go up big.
I'll tell you what, Carruthers there.
Look at the speed. They're ready to go.
Yeah, Carruthers there. He was like Teflon, man. They kept trying to bring him down, and they just kept shaking right off of him.
Wayner's going to hand off, and that's going to go nowhere. Loss of a yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayner only had one. I mean, then again, I think it was probably a pretty easy diagnosed call there. So it's back to the 10-yard, resting on the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal on the 5:12 running clock here in the second quarter. Sun is setting here in Dormont. Wayner with it, looking to go past. He's got a man open. That's 16. He's going to stumble at the 5 and down to the 4. That is number 16, Anthony Specca, who was unable to hold his feet because I think he probably could have edged it out into the corner. But
it looked like he was on the run there while he was making the catch, and he had to just like stutter step a little bit to make the catch, and then that tripped him up a little bit.
Wayner's going to give it over to Carruthers. Carruthers makes
That was a dive there that I thought for sure that he was going to get in the end zone.
I couldn't tell if it was a dive or did he try to jump over somebody?
It could have been either.
All I saw was legs. The legs went high. It's 4th down.
Yeah.
And they are going to go for it at the. Well, it is 4th down, correct?
I don't think that it is. I think that it's 3rd. I think that the scoreboard, unfortunately, has not been accurate most of the game.
No, it hasn't. All right.
We could be at 4th down now.
They're going to take a timeout, Joe. Let's take a quick one with them. We'll be back with the rest of the quarter here from Dormont. We're back here in Dormont. 4 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. 17-0 your score as the Vikings looking for more. 3rd and goal for the Vikings. Sidecar to the right of Wainers. He's going to hand it off. Nope. He's going to pull it down. He's going to look to throw, and he is going to find a man wide open there in the end zone. Almost looked like Juju, a guy wearing the same number. That is Josh Altsman for the touchdown. He lined his feet up right at the goal line and just waited for it. Coverage for the Indians covered everybody but him. And there you go. It's 23-0 advantage with another opportunity for the extra point pending. Call for the snap. Ball is down. Kick is good. And a commanding lead for the Vikes, 24-0. And again, Kyle, short field.
Yeah.
That ball started at the 33, eventually made its way to the 43, and ultimately into the end zone. The Vikes almost overworked themselves on that one. They made it a little harder than they had to.
Almost. There was a few penalties there. Not only that, but there were some opportunities there that were definitely missed. It looked like there was a low snap there that they had to gobble up, restart the play on the next one. A couple of miscommunications, with some of the wide receivers, but for the most part, I mean, the Central Catholic offense is humming, and they're keeping it simple. All the plays are simple, which is something that, last year the offense was a little bit more complicated based on the fact that they had a guy that could run the ball constantly, and it was hard to bring him down. So when they did have pass plays, if they were behind, they had to go for long yardage. Here they don't have to do that. A lot of quick pass plays, some good running to offset things. It's Penn Hills that really has the singular offense here that is worrisome for them.
Joey. Are we back? Oh, we're back. Okay, so there you go. There goes the kickoff. Did we never go to break? We didn't? Okay, good. Sorry about that, everybody.
What's good about Penn Hills right
bad.
now is that – no, absolutely not. We were talking about the game. So what's good now for Penn Hills is that they get the ball at the 20. They got 3:56 left in the half. Let's see if they change up the offense a little bit in order to get things going. You would think at this point in the game, Rick, that they would have to, because what they're doing is not working. They don't have any positive yards for their offense.
I really don't. I mean, we don't have those statistics in front of us, but we'll check it out at halftime, see if we can find them. I don't think Penn Hills has positive yards in the game. Duggar has it again. And there it goes up the gut, and another maybe a yard gain at best.
Yeah.
And the thing for the Vikes is they don't have to show anything.
No.
Like, I'm not suggesting in any way. I mean, there's still 3:40 left to go here in the
Absolutely.
game. Game's not over, and there's a lot to be gained from this valuable time against Penn Hills. But you don't have to put anything on film. You don't have to wow them. And honestly,
No.
you can salt away. There's a good chance with 3:20 left to go here in the second quarter, you're probably going to get the ball back because, quite frankly, Penn Hills can't really move it forward outside of that one big play.
No, and they're pass heavy a lot of times, which means that
the clock stops.
Yeah. And it looks like we're probably going to get another pass play here. Nope. Looks like it's going to be handoff, and that might be –
that's a first down.
Finally, that might be one of the few times where they actually got a good breakaway there. And again, the guy that's running the ball for them is Amir Key. And Amir Key is a small gentleman, that is on the field there. He's only 5'8". He's 195 listed on here. I would say that that's probably a little generous. But I'll tell you what, he's fast and he's got good feet. When he runs into trouble, he has a good sidestep and he's got a good roll on him. It's just, unfortunately, this defense is really good.
That might be only the second first down of the game for Penn Hills. And we have a stoppage. I don't actually see a flag on the field, but there is certainly a –
looks like it's going to be an offsides there on Central Catholic. So
the Vikes gave them 5 free on that one.
And I will say this about Central Catholic. One of the things that the defense has been doing really well is they're getting a tremendous jump on the ball. And maybe Penn Hills is focusing in on that now, And maybe they were offsides because perhaps Penn Hills drew them offsides because they've been seeing that. So we'll see if that continues to work moving forward.
All right. Here comes the snap. Duggar has it. He's going to look to throw. He is going to get tackled big time. And the
almost
ball
picked off there
by 2 players.
Yeah, wide receiver fell down on the play, you know, and it looked the quarterback definitely. I'll give him credit. He's hanging in tough in the pocket there. He got that throw off though, and it was on the money. Unfortunately, the wide receiver fell down, but had the wide receiver been able to stay upright, I do believe he could have caught that pass in stride. And that would have been a very big forward momentum play for Penn Hills. But unfortunately, luck did not go in their favor on that play.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with the throw.
No,
I mean, he hung in there.
It was on the money.
On the money. And he's going to try to do it again, and he is going to get pursuit. He's going to be able to dump it off. Nice job.
Nice bubble screen there.
Absolutely, and here comes a penalty, and I think it is going to come back.
Yeah, probably an illegal block in the back because it looks like that's where they caught the ball, and there might have been some over-aggressive blocking there for Penn Hills on that bubble screen.
Let's see here. Officials conference. We got a hold on the Indians, and it's going to be second down.
So
2:09 left to go. This is, again, you mentioned it.
Was a great play.
Yeah, it was a great play, and you mentioned this before, Kyle. Because they're such a pass-heavy team, and I mean, granted that was a penalty, but now we've got the clock rolling. They will make sure that this last 3 minutes and 40 seconds lasts for about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
We've Duggar back again, looking to throw. He does not.
Ooh.
Boy, is that – I think that's a completed pass.
I don't even know who comes up with that.
Well, seven in blue comes up.
But they're saying that it's going to be Penn Hills' ball.
Well, and it keeps the clock running, too.
It does. That's interesting. We get some student section not pleased with the call on the field over there.
Joe has a great shot of the student section, I believe, lined up to show you, and it is beautiful. Not yet. Not yet. See, here's the problem. Joe is so good at this. He's got 18 things open over there, and I'm like, oh, look at that.
Looks like we got a timeout there from Penn Hills. They want to talk about it.
He waves me off. See Brother Tony down on the field. Good to see him.
Yes, yes.
Brother Tony is here. And all right, you know, now we can go to the student section. Emma is down, and Emma's got him fired up. There is a very happy student section, and we are happy to see it. Man, it is so great to be here for live high school football.
Definitely is.
And, you know, I don't care how old you get. I'm 44 years old, and I still think this is the best thing I could do on a Friday night.
Unfortunately, we were not informed about Hawaiian night, and I'm upset about that.
Absolutely not. And just being able to see what you guys see on the screen here. You just have to be excited for these kids to be together and enjoying football together again. Such a nice thing.
I would have dressed like Pineapple Pete.
Yeah, you know what? You probably do have a Pineapple Pete shirt.
I do.
All right, we are back to action on the field. Duggar's calling for it. He stands with his heels at the 30-yard line. Here comes the snap. And, again, he has to roll that ball over. He's looking to go downfield.
Great pass.
Great pass, and it is on the money. Nice job there. And nice job getting back for the tackle, but the damage was already done. And with a $123, the Indians are threatening to get on the board here.
They are. That was a great pass. That was a good 40 yards, it looks like, and that was to Chase Barney. And not only did Barney catch that pass really well, he squeezed himself out another 2 or 3 yards that he probably would have been able to get if he didn't have great feet while he was catching the pass down there. He had a great roll move there. He had a sidestep there, and he got himself another couple of yards, which I think that gives the momentum to Penn Hills right now.
Pass back, looking to throw wide open in the middle of the field.
Whoa!
And a beautiful boom
Whoa!
tackle. And you know what?
That's going to be excessive.
That might be excessive, and that 50, boy, Coach Totten is not – he's going to come unglued.
He is, and I'll tell you why. It wasn't because of the tackle. It was because of the celebration after the tackle. That's where they're going to get penalized for. That is always going to go against you when you play.
Yeah.
Because the officials are very, very aware of that, and that's how games get out of control. And so that is definitely the reason why they get penalized there.
And the officials pushing the Indians back because they're going to have to walk off that penalty.
Absolutely.
And the ball rests at the looks to be is that the 25.
I think that what they're doing here is they're discussing how big of a penalty it's going to be, whether it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct or taunting. Yeah.
First down at the ball is now placed at the 9-yard line.
That's a 15 automatic. And that, again, that was because of the celebration after the fact. And you're right. Coach Totten is going to have a word with those players definitely at halftime.
Well, the goal now is to keep them off the board, and you gave them every chance. It is first and 10. There is a throw into the deep part of the end zone, and he had a man open.
Oh.
He had a man open.
I'll tell you what, and Duggar threw that off of his back foot, and that was still a tremendous throw. I mean, this kid has got a great arm, Rick.
Yeah. Well, watching him warm up, I mean, he was dropping 35-yard dimes into the end zone. I mean,
Absolutely.
It was nice. 43 seconds left to go here, second down and goal. And if they could run that again with a little more success, they certainly had enough people open. It just didn't connect.
We might see him run a fade here to number 3 in the back.
I was going to say, I think I'd run it up the middle there, and they are going to do that. Fight for the ball. Comes down, and he's
out of bounds.
He caught it, but out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, that was a tremendous second effort there from the wide receiver.
It really was.
Wow.
It really was.
Wow. Wow. That's unfortunate that didn't pay off for him, but that definitely would have been one of those ESPN SportsCenter plays for sure if that would have been a touchdown, because that was a tremendous second effort there, and he was able to haul the ball in, but unfortunately could not keep 1 foot in the end zone there.
Third and goal, 37 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Looks like we're going to have timeout.
Boy, that coach was out on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he was at the hash mark.
Well, he kept calling for the timeout, and unfortunately no one could hear him until we finally got the attention of the official. So sometimes that can be frustrating as a coach for sure. But it looked like, Rick, that they were going to run a play there that was set up to where it looked like they were going to fake a run there with some play action and just toss it right into the middle of the end zone there and see if anybody could come down for it. We'll see if they try to run that play again. I'm curious about that. I also see that the kicker is warming up over there for Penn Hills, and it makes you wonder if they're just going to take the 3 and go to the half.
No, I don't think so. I don't think you can if you're Penn Hill. And that kid can kick. I watched him in the pregame.
Yeah.
He can kick.
Yeah, both teams have got good kick games. I mean, we've seen the punter for Penn Hills is really good.
He may be the same. He may be the same kid.
Looks like there's some confusion here on the play.
And 12. You got 12 men on the field.
Yep.
Flags.
Oh, that is horrible there for an offense that's struggling right now like Penn Hills.
Yeah, you can't make that mistake.
That is unfortunate because, especially right after a timeout, one player was on there that realized that he shouldn't have been, tried to run off the field in time, but unfortunately did not, and the officials had to penalize him for it.
Yeah, if you're Penn Hills after a timeout, you can't afford that penalty.
No, now you're 3rd and 14, and you're running a totally different play than you were.
Well, you're 3rd and goal. I mean, there's 37 seconds left, plenty of time, and he's back with the pass. He's going to try to dump it up the middle. He does successfully, and trips on his way in. That is key. Key is essentially tripped up at the 3, and he looks like he is injured, Kyle, and that is not a good thing for Penn Hills because he has been legitimately a key to their success.
You hope, Rick, honestly, it looked like he came down pretty hard. You hope that it's just a matter of he got the wind knocked out of him, and you hope that that's all that it is, because if it's anything beyond that, that is going to tremendously hurt Penn Hills in the second half.
Still, we said there was 3:41 left to go in this half 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, no doubt.
At least it's a beautiful night to be here. I'm Rick DeRubis. That's Kyle Templin. Emma, Joe, and Tom are keeping the broadcast moving for you. And if you like what you're seeing here, subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can go back and watch any of the games from last season, both basketball and football, and you can go back, watch this broadcast tonight. Let your friends know. I know there's plenty of alumni out there would love to check in on what's happening with the Vikings. You can do that here on live broadcast games, which are going to be the home games, and go back and always send the link to a friend. Go back and watch some of the old stuff if you want. But tonight, a good one to be in for. 24-0.
The good news, Rick, is that Keys was able to make it off the field on his own.
Yeah,
the bad news is that he is limping significantly. So you hope that maybe that's just like a pull and that they can deal with it here in the half.
Yeah, you can see him clear as day. It is 4th down, by the way.
You have to convert here on this if you're Penn Hills. You cannot go a goose egg into the half.
I think you let Duggar run it. We can't get a play to save our lives here. There's 2 seconds left.
Listen, Penn Hills is going to use all the timeouts that they have. They want to make sure that they have the right play call.
They're going to kick a field goal.
Look,
because you don't let the play clock run down to 2 seconds if you're not going to kick a field goal.
Well, maybe that's what they're going to do. I mean, look, right now they're probably just looking at we need to get points on the board for the sake of getting points on the board.
I honestly, I think you just let Duggar create.
Well, I would say that you're right on that. The problem is that without Amir in the backfield, you just got guys running into the backfield that are going to surround him. So it's that's going to be the guy that has the ball for the next so many seconds. So honestly, if I'm the Penn Hills head coach, I don't have my star running back. All I have is my quarterback. There's no way that he can get the ball off in time. So maybe kicking the ball is the right thing to do at this point. Or at least give some misdirection that you're going to kick the ball and maybe run a fake play.
Well, I will say this. Their double reverse flea flicker.
That was a tremendous modified flea flicker. That was amazing. Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. That was one of the better plays I've seen in high school football in a long time.
Yeah, no, it
was beautifully executed.
Yeah, they executed that well.
I mean, that brings me back to, I'm from Idaho, big Boise State fan. The infamous game against Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah,
with the hook and ladder, the Statue of Liberty. I mean, they pulled out everything for that game for the win.
And here we go. Duggar's waiting. He gets the ball, and he is looking to throw into the end zone. He's got some options, and
you got to be kidding me.
That ball is tipped up in the air, and it is hauled down.
Great second effort there from the wide receiver.
With no time left on the clock, Penn Hills manages to put up 6 at the end of the first half. Extra point pending. Two defensive backs there for the Vikings. Both had a shot at it. Neither one of them knocked it down or caught it, and it fell right into the waiting arms of one of the Indians.
Well,
and
what
that
happened?
Indian is down currently.
He is, unfortunately. It looked like he came down hard whenever he finished that play. Which is unfortunate. But I'll tell you what, a great second effort by that wide receiver on that ball because Central Catholic did have defenders that were there. We thought it might have gotten picked off, but it got batted up into the air. That wide receiver still had laser focus on that ball, and he came down with it. That was almost like a Randy Moss type of play.
I'd love to
Rick.
give him credit, but I don't know who it was.
Yeah, unfortunately,
13?
we're still waiting for him to get back
I think
up.
it's 13.
Yeah, 13. It looks like he's running off the field right now. And number 13 is Keith Condon. He's 5'11", and he's listed on here as a running back. So maybe he came from the backfield on that. But like I said, great second effort by the wide receiver there.
Extra point, down, up, and good. And that is how the first half will end here in Dormont. It is 24-7. We will be back for the full second half. We're going to thank some of our sponsors here through halftime. We'll see if we can get any statistics for you because obviously I think that probably puts Penn Hills into the black as far as yardage goes. So we will be back with the second half. Stick around. Welcome back to Dormont, everybody. I feel like a lonely boy born and raised in South Detroit.
Don't you stop believing, Rick.
I will not. The sounds of Journey from the high school marching band. Also a nice job done by the Penn Hills marching band, taking us on a superhero adventure. I believe I even heard the Star Wars medley in there.
Oh, yeah.
So wonderful, and it's part of the sights and sounds that make high school football on a Friday night so magical. We are here in Dormont.
Not that I know of.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on the other side there, but we'll just I'll just keep talking. It is 24-7, as you may have not, if you were not here for the end of the first half. The Indians able to get on board and on the scoreboard, aided by some silly penalties by the Vikings, and I'm sure Coach Totten had a conversation with them about some of those penalties because this team was firing on all cylinders, and I'm not saying that it's time to abandon ship. I'm just simply saying that that was an unnecessary score given up by the Vikings at the end of the half.
Definitely was, Rick. Again, there was a – if we go through the scoring summary, I mean, Central Catholic has been in the driver's seat this whole game. In the first half, in the first quarter, at 6:57, they were able to get a field goal on the board for 3-0. And then at 6:15, not long later, 6:15 left in the game, not long later, they were able to get a run in from Weiner, the QB, and that put them up 10-0. In the second quarter, at 9:23 left, they had a Carruthers TD run in from 5 yards out that put them up 17-0, and then a little bit of back and forth there in between, and then with 3:56 left, they were able to get a TD reception with Weiner hooking up with Altsman from 3 yards out there. Tremendous catch by him for 24-0. It was on the last drive that Penn Hills had where they not only were they able to convert on some very, very large pass plays that we saw that were beautifully executed, but also Central Catholic kept them on the drive with unnecessary penalties. First, there was a penalty that they had where they jumped off sides. And, again, I've given Central Catholic, the defense, the credit the whole game. That was the first mistake that they made when it came to, not being disciplined at the line. They jumped off sides too soon. That kept that drive going. And then when we got down to the end zone here, there was a little bit of back and forth. The play has been chippy all game. All game the play has been chippy. And we saw a huge hit on a Penn Hills player. It wasn't so much the hit.
Hit was not the problem.
No, the hit was legal and everything. The problem was that there were 4 Central Catholic players celebrating immediately after the hit, clearly taunting the other team, and the officials were just not going to have it, and that was a huge penalty that took Penn Hills 15 yards down the field further to where they were in the red zone. And when I say in the red zone, we're talking deep into the red zone, inside the 5, and there was a little bit of back and forth there, but Penn Hills was able to punch it in there at the end with a tremendous catch from the wide receiver, Keith Cannon, and he was able to pull it down, right in the corner over there. He's a little slow to get up, but I can see him back out on the field now. He looks fine. And that brings them to 24-7. Now, here's what I'll say. Can Penn Hills come back out, put some stop on the field from Central Catholic, and get the offense rolling again like they did? Because they had some huge plays there, Rick, right at the end of the first half. And it makes you wonder if they start playing dangerous like they were there in the second half, where they were just going all out. Not these little short plays that they were trying to do before, but they were just going all out, if they could possibly get back into this game again.
Well, we are going to find out. 24-7 is the score, 12 fresh minutes, and here comes the second half kick, and it is a squib going to be fielded at the 20. Going to be taken by the up man. Coming across the field, he finds himself a seam. He's up across the 40-yard line and down at the 42, and that is where the Vikings will begin their first second half possession. And, if you're the Vikings, I think a nice, long, run-heavy drive. Let Penn Hills know they're not getting more chances.
I'll tell you what.
Get this time off the clock.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I think in this first series of downs here, if I'm Double T, the coach here right now, I think I'm going for the end zone on this drive. Pass heavy, just to put the game away for sure.
Well, and there you go. The nerves have already started, and that's going to be a false start. So to take them back 15, now you probably have to throw.
Yeah, well, true. But I think you take a couple shots at the end zone here, because what do you got to lose? You're up 24-0 or 24-7 so far. Your defense has played lights out pretty much this game, except for that last.
Well, your defense could play lights out because they were only on the field for a very limited amount of time.
Absolutely. But you're dealing with a fresh Penn Hills team now that had the time, that had the halftime there. Why not throw it? Why not lock up the game right now if you can?
I like this run coming to the near side, going to get back to the 40. So pick up probably of 4 yards. So that's kind of why I think the idea of grinding this first possession out, keep the clock running. Because more than half, actually, of Penn Hills defenders are also on offense. Keep them out there. Let them drag it out a little bit and then have to make their offense perform. I think they would do well with that, and they are going to pull the ball down and throw, and it is going to go to the far side. That is going to be on his horse, and he is at the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, and that is just a flat-out
And that is going to count, Rick. There's no flags on the field, so that is definitely going to count. And that, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I think that is going to put the game away for the Vikings.
Brandon Jackson was simply a streak on your screen. That was, I mean, that foot speed was unbelievable. And here's the thing. He wasn't open the whole time. He got himself open and then just took off. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a tremendous catch and run there. I mean, the catch itself was
extra
only
point up and good. Sorry, Kyle. And now it is 31-7, and that took 49 seconds.
The catch itself was only about 5 yards worth of catch. The other 55 yards was Jackson sprinting to the end zone.
That's afterburner speed.
Yes.
I mean, that's, I could never imagine being half that fast in my life. But it was almost hard to call. It was that fast.
Yeah, as soon as he caught that ball and he took that first step, I mean, the guy might have been Usain Bolt because he was so fast. He turned on the jets, and there was nobody on Penn Hills that was going to be able to catch up to him.
Yeah, that was just a streak. Wow. 31-7, and we are 49 seconds into the second half. Fresh touchdown on the board, and possession going back to the Indians. There is the kick, and it is a beautiful one, and it is going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. So no worries there.
And we continue with
good,
chippiness on the field there.
Yeah, I mean,
look, no flags this time.
You come out, and that's the way you start the second half. You're Penn Hills. You go in with the momentum. I get it. The score is still lopsided, but you put yourself up there. You had some successful plays. Things were going well, and then you come out in 49 seconds, and you give up another touchdown on an absolute just beautiful effort. And now you're going to come back out. You are going to be chippy because now half of those kids are coming back out to play offense, which has struggled all night. The frustration sets in. I don't care who you are. The frustration will set in.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right about that. And again, now let's see what Penn Hills does to respond.
Duggar has got 2 men back. He's going to give it to the deep man. No, he's going to pull it down and throw it, and he's got a man wide open there at the 50 off his fingertips and out of bounds.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, that's Chase Barney.
Oh.
Chase Barney has been the deep threat for him all game, and he had a hand on it. He just could not get another hand on it. But if he would have caught that, Rick, he would have been off to the races too because he caught that in stride. He had his hand on it in stride, and he was still running. And I'll tell you what, that was a very, very aggressive play there by Penn Hills, and you can tell that they're going to let it air out here in order to get back into this game.
I think that play is a good reminder to this Viking defense that kid has a cannon.
Yes.
And you cannot let him get there. Again, from the shotgun, he's going to throw near side, finds a man wide open, and he is met by his matching number. A pair of 22s there on the sideline, just absolutely collided. That is Robinson Waddell.
Yeah, and that was Brendan Hill there on the catch. Brought it in only for 2 yards there. But again, you know, the quarterback saw, he read the field, he threw it over to that side. You know, he kept the play alive. And I think that we're going to start to see that more. But we are going to see these deep balls that we didn't get to see a lot of in the first half there and towards the end.
And it's good to see Keys back in the game for Penn
Absolutely
Hills.
It
He's
is.
back there as the sidecar for Duggar and injured there at the end of the first half. Glad to see that he bounced back. Maybe it was just a cramp. Duggar back with it. He's going to throw near side, or in the middle of the field. He's got a guy.
Great catch.
He's across the 30, over the 35. There's some laundry out there, and he is across to the 36. We'll see if that penalty brings him back.
Yeah, that's an interesting one there. That was on the far side of the field, and I couldn't exactly see what the official saw there. My guess would be is that was probably a hold there, but let's wait and see. It also looks like, you know, again, Penn Hills, they're using a little bit more passing plays. They're using the middle of the field more than they were before. Nice crossing pattern there, and it is a hold, it looks like.
Yeah, it's coming back. Nice gainer there by Penn Hills, and I think that hold happened at or towards the end of the play. Let's see where they spot the ball. They're going to spot it at the 26-yard line.
So even with the penalty, they still move forward a little bit there. It looks like maybe a yard. But they definitely had a first down on that play without the hold.
Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far end. Honestly, Keys was moving in advance. Duggar has it. He's going to throw back across the field, and it is going to bounce. It is going to fall to the waiting arms of number 7 for the Vikes, and it is picked off by Missouri. That ball popped up in the air. Missouri's sure hands brought it down, and it is going the other way. So, again, misfortune for Duggar. He tried to throw he threw on the run across his body, which is hard to do. I don't care.
Incredibly hard to do.
I don't care who you are. That's just not easy to do.
Incredibly hard to do.
But it was a fairly accurate throw.
It was an accurate throw. Chase Barney, it looked like, was not expecting it, it looked like. So maybe he threw it in a position to where Barney was not ready to catch the ball. And it looked like he put his hand up, and that wasn't enough, and he tipped it up in the air. And unfortunately, there were just too many Central Catholic defenders around there. They were able to gobble that up and bring it down for the interception.
Yeah, Missouri had his eyes on it, and he brought it down and going the other way and looking for more from the 21-yard line are the Vikes, man in motion. Wayner has the ball. He's going to go down to the far side, and he is going to overthrow on that one. And now I think there's more laundry out there.
There might be. It looked like there was a little bit of shoving between the wide receiver and the defender on that play. But to me, that looked like that was all copacetic as far, but maybe not.
Well, might have been at the line.
Yeah, there might have been some stuff there at the line. It was a nice throw by the quarterback, but unfortunately the wide receiver was just not fast enough in order to catch up with that pass. And I think some of that had to do with the back and forth between him and the defender.
Ball back at the 37. The scoreboard still says 2nd and 10. It is not.
No, unfortunately, the scoreboard has not helped us so far this game.
No, it is honestly, it's about 2nd and 37. And that ball is going to get ball carrier is going to get swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. Yeah, it's 2nd and 26. Now it's going to be 3rd and 27.
Unfortunately, that play, the way it was drawn up and the way that it was executed was done two different ways. The quarterback should have done a better job of holding the football there long enough for the running back to where it looked like it was going to be a play action, but it was not. It was telegraphed the whole way.
This ball's coming near side, and it is picked up by Jackson. He is going to get roughed up and thrown out of bounds on the near side in front of his teammates at the 34-yard line.
I will say this, that on every play that goes to one of the sidelines over here, they're just touching the edge of the line of unsportsmanlike conduct when it comes to that play going to the last second with hits.
4th and 26. They're trying to draw them off. I actually thought they did, but nothing called there.
The official hasn't called anything yet, so play still is alive.
They actually had a man on the far side that was wide open. And they're going to go ahead, carry this ball, and it is going to move its way up to the 30. It will be turned over on downs, too far for a field goal, too short to punt. So they went ahead.
That was actually a great tackle there by number 2, Duggar. Actually, was out there defending on that.
I mean, when you try to get back into a game, your quarterback is out there having to make tackles, and you're already down by 24.
Yeah,
that is a heap.
It is a heap. It really is. And honestly, you know, it looks like Central Catholic is going to line up for a very long field goal here.
Oh, well, the scoreboard said 4th down for the last 3 plays, so you'll have to excuse me. And I don't think there's any way they kick this ball.
I don't know. I mean, look.
I mean, give him the shot.
Yeah,
that's a 47-yard field goal.
It can't hurt to give the kid the chance because, like I said, you're already up 31-7. You know, worst case scenario, Penn Hills takes over. You know, you give them a little bit of field position there, but your defense has been playing lights out this whole game. So, and they did get them to draw offsides. How about that?
Yeah, I thought they did. Now it is at least a manageable 4th and, we'll call it 12 because why not?
Well, that is still a long field goal, though.
Well, all right, so the ball's now on the 24-yard line. It's going to get kicked from the 31. So it's still a long field goal. Going to give him the chance, though. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is certainly long enough. And it is good.
Look at that.
And that ball is good. Honestly, that might have been good from 50.
It was definitely a line drive there. He knew that he needed to get the distance on it, so he really put the foot to it there on that one, and he was able to drive it through. Look, I'll tell you what, last year Central Catholic had some problems in the kicking game. They were not as consistent as they are this year.
Well, tonight you can't argue with what's happened.
No,
I mean,
no, and it is actually nice to see that Central Catholic now has a threat whenever they are this far outside of the red zone now.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. So 34-7 your score. In less than 3 minutes, Central's put up 10 points. And it is continuing to be a long night for the Indians. And the kick is away. It is not going to make it to the end zone. It's going to be fielded at the 1 and pushed back into the end zone. It's Keys. Keys got a swipe at his head, missed on that one, but only able to get the ball up to the 15.
Great special teams play there by Central Catholic. They were able to contain Keys over there in the corner. You know, Keys is very fast, and like we said, he does have a good sidestep. He was not able to do that on that one. And I think he wasn't expecting the ball to go as far as it did.
Well, no, he backtracked to get it.
He did. It looked like he jumped up to get it, too. It looked like he misjudged it a little bit there. There's not much wind here tonight, so I'm not for sure if maybe the lights were a problem with that. But it looked like he lost focus on the ball there towards the end. I think that might have been a touchback if he would have let it go.
Yeah, no, 0 wind. The flags in the end zone are just barely moving. Here comes the snap, going to go back, roll to the near side, going to throw, and he's going to find a guy in the middle, and that guy is going to get hit twice. Once from the front, once from the back. Good on him for being able to pop back up. That ball gets out to the 20, so probably a 5-yard gain, but just glad. I mean, that looked – it wasn't a necessarily violent for violence sake. It just he got hit in the back when he was going down.
He did get hit in the back. Dangerously close to the helmet, too, which we hate to see. That was Brendan Hill, 22, a senior this year for Penn Hills. And, I mean, he popped right back up. No harm, no foul. And he's back out there lined up again, ready to catch another one.
So 2nd and 5 from the 25. No, from the 20. The ball, we're not using the scoreboard anymore. We can't use scoreboard at all. The ball was overthrown there from the near side. So now you're going to look at 3rd and 5 from the 20.
Yeah, and it looks like Duggar's doing a good job of creating time for his receivers to get down the field.
He does. I mean, he can certainly do that.
Which is something that wasn't happening in the first quarter of the game at all. He was getting swallowed up, so I'm not sure if they made some adjustments on the line or if it's probably just a combination of maybe he's a little bit more aware of where those people are coming from. They're coming through the holes of the line, and he's able to adjust on that as well.
I also think he's dropping back a lot deeper, and I think that is going to be on Central.
It is. You can see the frustration there on the defense there on that one. It looked like they jumped and they got
Penn
upset
Hills
about
is
it.
marching it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Penn Hills is marching it back.
Okay, so it looks like maybe Penn Hills had some motion there at the line, and no, it is offsides.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wondered why they were marching back. I could have sworn.
I didn't see any motion on the Penn Hills line there. That's why I was saying, maybe the official saw something that I didn't. But yeah, you could definitely see that there were at least 3 Central Catholic players that were trying to time the snap, which is something that they've been good at all game. And it looked like the quarterback threw him for a loop on that one. And we might see more of that in the second half.
Well, more importantly, it's a free first down.
Absolutely.
.806 on the stop clock here in the third quarter, and a lot of action already in only 4 minutes of game time. Rolling out to the far side is Duggar. He is looking to throw, and he's going to find a man open in the middle of the field, and that man is going to make a move, and he made a couple of nice moves. Really, that play looked like it could have gained a lot more yards than 8, but still, it pushed him forward 8 yards, which for a second there looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield.
So the man that he found there that was hanging out there in the middle was his older brother, and he was able to get the ball to him there. So it might have been a little bit of backyard football there for, Julian Duggar to pass to his older brother, Jaden Duggar there. For some positive yardage here for Penn Hills.
The Frankstown connection.
Absolutely.
And here comes the snap down low, and he's able – boy, he has to bobble that ball quite a bit, and he is going to get just snatched up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
The ball doesn't come out clean to him.
It doesn't. And we're seeing some more of that pushing and shoving between the D-line and the O-line there. The O-line obviously trying to protect their quarterback there, which is understandable. The D-line, trying to make a statement in the backfield there with the sack. So we're going to see that going back and forth. It looked like what Duggar was trying to do there was to try to step forward and launch the ball. He had a wide receiver downfield that could have caught it, but unfortunately the minute that he stepped forward, he was surrounded by blue and gold there. Great job by the defense there, breaking that play apart.
Here comes the snap again. That one was taken cleanly. He looks to dip his shoulder. He does, finds a man wide open in the middle of the field, and that man collects the ball, number 6, but falls down at the 40. Had he caught that ball clean, he had room to run.
He did. Unfortunately, it looked like once he caught it, he went directly to the ground there for a first down. Let's give him credit for that. And that was Rayon Strader, who is a wide receiver, also a gentleman that plays both ways there for Penn Hills.
Yeah, you see a lot of these same kids out there, and you admire that. I felt like that was a thing that we did at my single-A Catholic school only, but there's a huge hole. I was going to say, it doesn't matter what this play does. Ultimately dropped at the 45-yard line. But
we saw the jersey stretch on that one.
Yeah.
So we know that it was definitely
when
a
I
hold.
can read Rydell on your shoulder pads from this far away, that is a hold.
Yeah.
That one's coming back.
Well, and in fairness there, Central Catholic, they got back in the backfield in a hurry there, and that guy was trying to protect his quarterback. And sometimes it's better to take the penalty than to let your QB take that hit. So.
Sure it is, but there they go backwards again. Penn Hills just, they can't get enough. They can't string enough plays together to actually get momentum.
No.
Since the end of that first half, we're 6 minutes gone here in the third quarter.
Hats off to the defensive coordinator that's setting up these plays, because he has managed to get somebody in the backfield on almost every single play so far.
Yeah, Duggar's never without being pressured. That ball is on the ground.
Oh,
and it is going to go to
And that is going to be Central Catholic. Look at that. Great job by the defense.
And there goes flags. There's pushing on the near side.
Yeah, the number 22 there was jaw-jacking with some of the players on the Central Catholic sideline, and some things got chippy over there. And you don't know what's said on those sidelines.
Yes, I do.
Well, nothing that we can repeat, unfortunately. And, so it looks like on top of the turnover, we're also going to see a penalty as well, and that's unfortunate.
Well, I will say this, too. On behalf of Penn Hills, I get your frustration.
Yes.
But that ball was on the ground. Turn around and run towards the pile.
Yep.
Pushing and shoving and whatever is
Yep,
–
that's an unsportsmanlike conduct on number 22 there. So that is definitely going to move the ball. Wow. Right down to almost the 10-yard line, Rick.
Yeah, that ball situated on the 11, another opportunity to just make this game feel even more swallowed up by Penn Hills. There is a potential for a first down around the 1.5-yard line.
There is.
That ball is brought down, and it's going to be thrown forward. Now we got the 19, and he is going to get hit at the 9 and roll successfully to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there by looks like number 18.
I think it was. I think it's actually 19.
19.
Yeah.
Great job by him to catch
Altman.
the ball a little bit. Jump forward for a little bit of positive yards. But the most important thing that he was doing there, Rick, was he was protecting the football.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Because he knew he was going to get popped there, so he protected the football. Great job by him for the awareness on the field.
Again, Wayner Hassey's going to hand down low, and it is going to be pushed to the 6.
Yeah, and this is the difference between Central Catholic last year and Central Catholic this year, Rick. When we watched them last year, when they got down into the red zone and stuff, they did have some trouble converting because it seemed like they were relying heavy on the run, and when that wouldn't work, they had some trouble converting on the pass plays. Now they have the confidence to do that, and they have a kicking game. So if things break down, they still can get 3 points.
Yeah, this is it's going well tonight. And that is going to be a drop by. I didn't mean to curse him.
That was interesting.
Yeah, Wayner went to drop back. I mean, the thing that everybody always is shocked by Ben Roethlisberger is how he can hold the ball and pump fake.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was intended to be a pump fake, but when he went back to throw, the ball just simply squirted out of his hands.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like he does have like this pump fake that he does, and it is a very blatant forward motion, and it looked like he moved forward, but the ball did not.
No, the ball is like a cement block and just went straight down to the turf, able to recover it, and here we've got another field goal attempt. This one looks to be in their neighborhood of 36 yards or so. And again, no good. Push to the left. So that is the first miss of the night and the first offensive miscue.
Yeah, rare opportunity there. A rare opportunity missed by Central Catholic offense here. Again, we were just talking about the kicking game. Again, the kicking game has been solid all game for Central Catholic. This is the first miss of the night for this kid. And look, misses are going to happen sometimes, but I can't say that that's probably in his head or anything tonight because we saw him kick a longer field goal just before.
Yeah. You have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely not. And again, the offense is still firing on all cylinders, and the defense is still playing great despite the improved play of Penn Hills offense.
We are 8 minutes deep into the third quarter, 4 minutes remaining, and here comes, well, maybe.
Looks like a timeout on the field there from Central Catholic.
All right. You know what? We'll take a quick timeout as well, Joe. We'll be right back here in Dormont for the conclusion of the third quarter. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Penn Hills about to snap and almost goes over his head. Nice job by Duggar to pull it down, but there are just a pile of Vikings there to stuff Keys, and he's going to lose a couple.
Well, and we'll give credit to where credit is due. We've seen a lot of chippiness this game, and number 2 from Central Catholic there, who is Devin Barron. He tackled the running back there, and he immediately reached out to bring him back up and patted him on the head. So there is some good sportsmanship still out there on the field.
And I remember Devin Barron from the basketball season as well. Seemed like a nice kid. There is a long throw,
wow.
And there is nobody open. And the closest to completing that pass would have been to the waiting arms of a Viking.
Rick, that was a 50, 60, 65-yard pass.
Yeah, that kid.
That is impressive.
Yeah, Duggar. and you know what? It wasn't. He honestly didn't look like he put everything he had into it. He just looked like he flicked his wrist. That is dangerous.
Wow. That is an impressive throw, even though it wasn't a completion. That is impressive. Yeah, this kid, despite the offensive play, he's definitely got a cannon for sure.
There's a chill in the air tonight here in Dormont for this home game for the Vikings. Duggar has it again, and he is just going to get
right on the blind side there, too.
Never saw it coming.
That is tough. And good sportsmanship there on the field. Central Catholic helping him up.
J.D. Younger is the one who put him down. And
wow.
He never saw Younger coming, ever.
No, that was right on his blind side. And you always hate to see a hit like that in football because damage can really be done. But, Duggar got back up.
Just clean hit.
Yeah, clean hit. Not illegal at all, but Duggar got back up, shaked it off. He's on the sideline now. Tough kid.
Yeah, Duggar is a tough kid. He's taken some shots tonight. Got one of our players being stretched out on the sideline. Shout out to UPMC for taking care of our athletes. That punt is not very good.
No, that is
it goes straight up in the air, and it just get away from it. And it does hit a foot, but of a Penn Hills player, and it comes to rest at the 27-yard line. So,
rare misstep there from the punter from Penn Hills. He's had a great game all game. Normally, good 40 yards down the field each time. Even with that punt being miffed a little bit, it was still a good 30-something yard punt. So it looks like he just got a little bit too much height on that. It might have came off the side of his foot the way that we saw it wobble there in the air. But, tough break there for Penn Hills because now Central Catholic, the offense is, a good 27 yards out to the end zone again.
And here comes the snap. And a quick handoff, and it's going to go forward up to about the 25-yard line. I did want to shout out to UPMC Sports Medicine's athletic training staff. They provide services to more than 70 area high school and college teams, including Central Catholic Vikings. To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Nice handoff there by Penn Hills or by Central Catholic. Going right up the middle there for some positive yardage. It looks like they're just looking to run out the clock here, Rick. And we get some more pushing now.
1:52 left to go on this running clock. No flags thrown on that exchange.
It looks like it's the officials are getting right in there to kind of break it up early. We did see some really good sportsmanship on the last drive there. It looks like it's kind of breaking down a little bit now.
And it is, perhaps it's second down. I'm not really sure. There you go, up the middle, and goes to about the 17-yard line, and that is going to be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, great job there by number 27.
I'm going to just trust the sticks on the side.
Yeah. That's how we're going to have to be. I don't know who's running the scoreboard there, but they're behind. And in fairness,
that ball is loose, and it is on
loose.
the ground, and Penn Hills picks it up. And they are still on the move, finally brought down. That play was kind of delayed. I don't know if the handoff never really happened.
No, the handoff happened, and it looks like, unfortunately, number 27, Amari Shields, give credit where credit is due. The Penn Hills defender reached in and stripped that ball immediately right after the handoff. So Shields looked like he was trying to move forward as he was taking the handoff, and he was able to get his hand in there right in time to strip it out, and that's how that play broke down. So a rare misstep by the Central Catholic offense, and a very good play by the Penn Hills defense.
Yeah, they never quit on the play.
No, absolutely not. And so Penn Hills offense back out on the field, and let's see what they can do. But the defense for Central Catholic has been lights out.
Duggar's got that ball, and again, he's in pursuit again. My goodness.
Oh, wow.
My goodness. That ball comes free. He's down on the turf.
Yeah, but that's going to be after the fact. Yeah, wow, that is unfortunate to see. I mean, the whole line broke down on that play.
That was J.D. Younger
and
again.
That's where we got to wonder, Rick, when we were talking about players playing both ways. Some of these guys on the line are also playing D-line, and it makes you wonder if this is the point in the game where that fatigue starts to set in because they are just getting beat at the line.
Well, it's a cooler night too, which you would think would probably help, even though it's we're not that deep into September. It's unseasonably cool.
It is,
and so you think that might help some of the big beefy guys up in the front, but they are just exhausted. Plus, this game is running very long. Duggar has it. He's going to throw to the near side, and that's
a pick six.
There's just no doubt. Is that 26?
That is 26, it looks like, yes.
26, that's Xavier Thomas, and he is going to add points for his team. The stifling defense continues for the Vikings with 14 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and it was like it was intended for him.
Yeah.
Duggar is throwing everything he has against the wall, and the Vikings are just picking it up.
Yeah, unfortunately, for
Duggar. What a great scenery on that sideline too. I think we have that pulled up on your screen. Just the celebratory nature of a pick six for the entire team to mob scene was great. Nice shot, Emma, and we are glad to be here with you to watch this one. 40 on the board, make it 41. Extra point is good, and from the beginning of this half, in this quarter, it was 24-7. So 17 put up in this quarter by the Vikes while we are playing here at Dormont Stadium, normally the home of the Keystone Oaks Golden Eagles. Tonight, it is the home of the Vikings, and they certainly are feeling at home.
Absolutely, Rick. And I'll tell you what, again, I cannot say enough about the Central Catholic Viking defense today. Because while the offense has been putting up the numbers, the defense, though, has come across with so many turnovers today, and they put so much pressure on the quarterback, a very talented quarterback of Penn Hills. And here we are, the Central Catholic offense has been able to take advantage of tremendous field position because of the play of the defense.
It's easier to get there when you don't have that far to go, and that has certainly been the case for the Vikings here tonight. Short field position. I mean, it's just really been all Vikes except for the last 3 minutes and 41 seconds of the first half. Here comes the kickoff, and it is going to sail into the end zone. And 14 seconds left to go here in the third. It's funny for being a grizzled old man, Kyle. I'm seeing the student section. Not one of them's left. In fact, I think it's grown since we talked about it at the beginning of the first quarter. And these kids are out there in their T-shirts doing their thing in their Hawaiian shirts. I've got my sweatshirt on. I'm happy that it's the first hoodie night of the season for me. But these kids are gutting it out.
They are. The energy over there has been tremendous all game, too. They've had so much energy over there. We've heard plenty of chants, and they're just having the time of their lives watching, all their friends on the football team here really just put on a tremendous show, a clinic really of offensive and defensive football.
Shout out to Oakland Catholic as well. The girls have showed up and certainly showed their support tonight too. And we've got a run up the middle, a nice run by Penn Hills. That's Keys again. He has certainly been a grinder for the Indians tonight.
Yeah, for his size, I'll tell you what, once his legs are moving, they keep moving. And he's a hard man to bring down for somebody out there that, is, you can tell, is got a size disadvantage, but he uses that to his favor for sure.
And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a break, and we will be back to deliver the final 12 minutes here from Dormont. Stick around. Fourth quarter begins here with the opportunity for the ball to go straight over the head of Duggar, and it is cleaned up by, I didn't catch who got it back there, Kyle, at the 5.
Yeah,
but things are going from bad to worse for the Indians. And at one point, I get it, they are our opponents, but you just have to feel bad for Duggar, who I think is trying to do anything he can.
I'll tell you what, the kid is insanely talented, Rick. We've seen that. We watched him throw a pass 65 yards in the air. I mean, there aren't many high school quarterbacks that can do that, and he threw it off balance.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a tremendous player. Unfortunately, he just does not have the talent around him, in order to get the job done tonight.
There he goes again. He pulls the ball down, and he is going to get it out into the flat, and a nice job, and a hurdle.
Oh!
And I think the ball came loose, did it not?
No, it did not.
Oh.
He hung on to it, but that was definitely a Willie Mays Hayes style hurdle there. Right over the defender, and, for some positive yardage there.
Essence of when Randy Moss did that at Marshall.
Yes, absolutely. We've seen a few Randy Moss-type plays here tonight, for sure.
I've spent a lot of time in the state of West Virginia in my life, and I've never seen anybody play like Randy Moss. 10:47 left to go. Was there a timeout called because the clock's not rolling?
No, I don't believe that there was.
They're just going to get the punt team out?
Looks like it.
I mean, it was a nice attempt. Not sure what just came flying off to the sidelines. I don't know if those were
I don't know what that was
shoes
either, but it
or
looked like there's a
what?
lot of confusion on the field between both teams over who's supposed to be on the field
who's
who isn't.
Wait, are they punting?
Yes.
Well, this kid's wide open. Nobody's covering him. Oh, there you go. I was going to say it was set up for a fake. Very nice punt. That punt hits a Viking, and the ball is down on the turf, and I think Penn Hills might have it.
Let's see. That's interesting.
Oh, no, they are saying
it looks like Central Catholic was able to land on that. But you were right. It did hit a player, and unfortunately, it looks like we have a – a player down on the field. Looks to me.
Yeah, I can't tell the number. Sorry about that. A temporary interruption. 19.
Looked like he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him on that play.
Well, his head was down because I think he dove for the ball that went off of a Viking foot. And the ball now rests at the 43-yard line of Central Catholic. So
yeah, heads-up play by Penn Hills there to try to dive on the ball.
This is the longest field they've had all night, I think.
I think you're right about that, Rick. Normally the offensive has had really good field position. This might be the first time that they've started on the other side of the field for the game today. As we've said, the defense have put them in a very good position most of the game. And
here is the handoff, and it's going to go to the near side and up the gut for looks like maybe a gain of 9.5. Yeah, they're not moving the sticks yet, so. Yeah, looks like
no first down sign from the official.
And
so.
look at and this is why Penn Hills can't keep up. They are back at the line, and the ball is snapped. Wayner has it, and I don't know if Penn Hills called a timeout because there's no laundry.
What's interesting about this,
Oh, yeah, there is on the far side.
What's interesting about this, Rick, is that I've noticed that the Central Catholic offense is so fast that the actual sticks, the guy that marks the football down there, has not been able to keep up all game with where the ball is marked. And normally officials will wait until that person is lined up. So I'm surprised about that from the officials, that they're allowing that to go on.
A little too fast because it looks like it is a false start. And that is probably why the scoreboard operators have such a tough time, too. I mean, the rhythm of the game has been so fast. I mean, the game, quite honestly, is going longer than it probably could have, but that's because Penn Hills is so pass-heavy.
Yeah, see, in that case, they waited for the guy to line up with the stick. So.
And we're going to have a handoff taken up the middle, and it is going to be a nice burst for an apparent.
That's definitely a first down.
Viking first down. The ball carrier, Gannon Carruthers, as it's been most of the evening.
Yeah, Carruthers we've seen have a tremendous game, playing his role, not only carrying the ball on the ground, but also getting out of the backfield, catching a few passes, and some tremendous blocks also by him.
Okay, all right, so it's 1st and 10, but the sticks didn't move.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on between the sideline crew and the officials. The head official there in the white hat definitely said that it was a first down, but for whatever reason, the sticks crew has not moved the sticks.
Yeah, well, I was going to say the board says,
even though it says first down.
Yeah, the board says 2nd and 10. But you'll just have to trust us. It's a 41-7 lead, so we can probably make a few mistakes, and it doesn't necessarily matter.
Well, keep in mind that even the officials are getting back into the swing of football tonight.
Well, I think the near side official is pointing to the far side, saying, "Why are the sticks where they are? It's 2nd down and 10."
Yeah, they may need to call an official's timeout and get things straight here. So.
We'll take a timeout too, Joe. We'll take this quick break, and we'll be back with you for the conclusion of the game tonight here in Dormont. .9:17 remaining on the rolling clock here in the fourth quarter, 41-7. Vikes have the ball. The sticks are actually set, and it's a run up the gut. A nice run by Carruthers. He's going to pick up, he's going to get all the way to about the 40.
Yeah, it looked like with some forward momentum there. It looks like they're going to.
But 46-yard line.
Couple of yards there. Good job with Penn Hills staying with the play there, and good job with Central Catholic keeping the wheels turning there for the play as well. Again, Central Catholic right now, they just want to run out the clock essentially.
And they are back set to the line.
Offsides.
Penn Hills will give them a free 5, which will actually be a free first down.
It looks like 52 and 57 jump there, and that's a easy call there for the officials.
So it's not a first down. Why would it be?
No, it's only 5 yards.
It's hard to tell what down it is. It's third down. Now the board says 1st and 4. I don't know. Right up the gut. That should be a first down. A first down. Now the board on the far side says 4th down.
Well, they're waiting for the head official here who's in the white hat to give the first down sign, and he has not. So I don't know if it's just – looks like it might be just short, Rick.
I think it is 4th down and short. There's 2s on each.
No, it is 2nd down, it looks like.
The Vikings still have the ball. We'll go with that. They still have it. They're going to snap it and try to get ultimately a touchdown. That's all I can tell you. And they might get that touchdown, and they will. In fact, it's at the 10-5, and it is, in fact, a touchdown. And that was, number 27, Amari Shields. And he will salt this one away.
So Shields there.
And I appreciate that, Shields, because now I don't have to wonder what down it is.
So Shields makes up for the fumble in the 3rd quarter there with a very nice, good 27-yard run there to punch it into the end zone there. And that is probably after the extra point here. It looks like Central Catholic is on a roll here. And,
They're trying to get that extra lineman in. Trust me, buddy, I've been there. I've been you.
Right.
I've been you. Ball on the turf.
Good hustle there by the lineman. So.
And it is fired out there. And another one up. It's 48-7. Keep in mind, they could have hung a 50 spot as they did miss a field goal, but certainly the only thing you can
and there's
say.
There's still 7 minutes left in this game, Rick.
Yeah.
So we could see some more offense because, again, Penn Hills has had a lot of 4-and-outs lately. More aggressive offense that they're trying to put together there, more aggressive pass plays. But unfortunately, whenever you put those pass plays together, you run out of downs in a hurry if you can't convert. So that's where we're at, and we'll probably see more of that here moving forward because at this point, if you're Penn Hills, all you can do is try to chuck the ball down the field and try to make something happen.
I think if you're Penn Hills at this point, I think I'd just run it. I think
it would be safer for your quarterback.
It would be
because he's getting drilled.
Yeah, your quarterback's taking too much of a beating. There's still 7.5 minutes in this game. I think I would just run it and do what I can to get off this field.
Yeah, that might be the safe bet because, again, we've seen Duggar take some brutal hits trying to create more time, for his wide receivers to get down the field. And some of those have come on the blind side, and that's unfortunate because his line is definitely breaking down.
And there's
on that.
The kick, and it is misplayed by Penn Hills, although I will say that they actually managed to pick it up and get it forward a lot further than I thought they would, to about the 18.
That did. It looked like there was some miscommunication between the two people in the backfield there that were looking to catch the ball, and, unfortunately they let the ball take a bounce, but they were able to scoop it up there and get back to close to the 20-yard line. So not too bad there for the Penn Hills special teams.
And the sidelines getting real animated and amped up at a 48-7. And now it is a rolling clock with 7 minutes. Penn Hills wasn't even out on the field.
No, I think the coach was giving him a little pep talk there on the sidelines. So we'll see what they come out with here.
That is not Duggar, is it?
It doesn't look like it.
I want to say it's number 19. He's going to hand off to the far side. And a very nice burst and a shot out of bounds. But
so that is number 19, DeAndre Cochran, who is normally a wide receiver, but he is the backup quarterback. He's a sophomore, and it looks like he might be in the game. Instead of Duggar, to give Duggar a break.
That's probably a safer bet.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it was a nice play and a nice run up the side. I think he picked up maybe 19 yards on that.
Yeah. And this is the point, too, to where if you're Central Catholic, you probably are using some of your second string on defense here.
They are. On another high snap, he's able to bring it down and get it to the running back. He's going to run it towards the far side. Clock continues to roll, 5:40.
So yeah, it looks like what you're saying is true, Rick. It looks like Penn Hills, their objective here is to run the ball, keep it on the ground, protect the football, and just try to walk off the field here with some dignity, and look forward to next week, because this game is definitely out of reach, and we have seen Duggar take some pretty mean hits, and so it's probably good that he's sitting on the sideline right now, resting up.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. He got rocked. In this game, that ball is high over the head of the quarterback, and he is just going to fall on it safely.
Yeah.
Down around the 16-yard line.
Smart for the quarterback there to just get a hold of the ball, bring it to the ground. And again, if the starting quarterback isn't in, you got to wonder also if some of the linemen have been switched out also, because again, as we've talked about, these linemen have played both ways most of the game. So it makes you wonder if also the person that's snapping the ball is new in there too, because we did see some over the head snaps earlier in the game, but we didn't see any there for a while, and now we're seeing them a little bit more.
4:11 on the rolling clock.
Third down in it.
There's not been one snap under center tonight.
No.
From either team.
I don't think they can afford to.
He's going to heave it down the center of the field, and he's got an open man.
Yeah,
unfortunately for him, he's in blue and gold. And we got a return. It's at the 30. It's at the 25, and he actually stopped and kind of pulled up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I didn't catch the number of who actually picked that ball off, but it was well on its way back downfield. And got to around the 30-yard line.
That
Did you
was
catch
actually,
number 29?
It was. No, it was 9. Liam Kerman, who picked that ball off. And I'll tell you what, he might have had a better shot at getting to the end zone there, except he did pull up, and he kind of backtracked a little bit there and ran right into a defender.
Yeah, I thought maybe just keep going down the center of the field.
Yeah.
And we've got a new quarterback in for the Vikes as well. Wayner's day is over. He's going to hand it up to Gut. And the student body pushes it forward. And we are under 3 remaining in this contest. Penn Hills band plays on the other side to encourage their team.
Yeah, tremendous halftime show from the band. From
yeah,
Penn Hills.
Both bands, they went out there and did their thing, and all stuff I like. It was the music of Journey, and superhero themes by Penn Hills. It was quite delightful.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good Star Wars display.
Who do we have in there at quarterback is number 18. Cole Sullivan is in the game. I have a feeling young Cole Sullivan is just going to push that ball forward. That is an 18, is it not correct, Kyle?
It is. I believe it is 18.
And the clock continues to run at 2:15.
Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to get a couple more plays here.
That ball hit the ground, but made something out of it. Boy, there was a little boulder shot there.
That's pretty close to a first down.
Yeah.
It is a first down.
Shields going to pick up that first down, and
no
need to score any more points, but
no, it makes you wonder if they're going to take a knee for these last few plays here. I'm not sure what going up another touchdown does for you at this point.
No, I don't think so. And it looks like we are in the victory formation here.
Yeah.
Finally one under center, the victory formation. Yeah, so there you go. The clock is melting out. By the way, before we end this broadcast, I want to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube page and share it with your other friends, fellow students, alumni, whomever. Let them know that all the home games will be covered, and we will continue to let you know that. But you can go back and watch this game again, or highlights of it if you choose, and last year's football home games and home basketball games, all there cataloged on our YouTube page. 45 seconds left to go.
Rick, did you know that you can attend Central Catholic's annual open house? It'll take place on November 7th. Students of all ages, as well as their families, are invited to visit Central Catholic, take a tour, and meet students, faculty, and staff. You can register online at www.centralcatholichs.com/prospective students and learn more about how to register to be a Central Catholic Viking.
And today would be a good day to become one, because that is it, our final kneel down. You have the are we going to actually shake hands this year? Is that allowed?
I believe that they are going to
Perfect.
shake hands.
Wonderful to see a display of sportsmanship by both teams, and it was a slobber knocker from start to finish, 48-7. Your final score here in Dormont. We're currently at the home of Keystone Oaks, the Golden Eagles, but tonight it was certainly home to the Vikings, who just absolutely from stem to stern, I mean, it just was nothing but Vikes.
Yeah, it was really, aside from one or two hiccups in the game, it was almost a perfect game from the offense and the defense of the Central Catholic Vikings tonight. Really overwhelming the line of Penn Hills, getting into the backfield tremendously, putting pressure on the very talented quarterback that Penn Hills has in Duggar, and the offense running very crisp, very clean, simple plays that they were able to execute and march down the field, and had the benefit of tremendous field position most of the game. The kicking game was solid for Central Catholic. I cannot stress enough how important that is, and how important that is for your offense as you're moving down the field, because it allows you to take a little bit of pressure off of you, knowing that if you're inside of the red zone and you can't convert.
I don't mean to just to keep the shot on the center. A little bit of chippiness here at the end.
The coaches are trying to break that up.
They're separating. They're separating.
The coaches also look like there's a little bit of chippiness.
Coaches are hugging it out there at the end, pushing everybody aside. Get back on your prospective side and go. And there you go. Everybody gathering up for the Vikes in the end zone to celebrate. Penn Hills taking a knee to have a conversation. And really, Kyle, the only two things I can think of that were, that don't check the box here were the last 3:41 of the first half.
Sure.
The Vikes shot themselves in the foot. This game could have been a shutout, but they continuously let the Indians hang around, and they did. And the other one was it was a fumble, and that was it. Other than that, I wouldn't say it was flawless, but it sure was pretty good.
The defense that for 99% of the game had played a very disciplined game, played a little bit fast and loose there in the last part of the first half, where they allowed themselves to make some very, very stupid penalties. And I get the feeling, because we saw them come out in the second half and execute so well, that the coaching staff had a long talk with them in the locker room and slowed that down. The consistency here of the defense has been important, and it was here in the second half. They got a little bit ahead of themselves there at the end of the first half, and that did allow for, the Penn Hills offense to score. But give credit to the Penn Hills offense too. They put up some very big pass plays there on that drive that was very impressive. They have a very talented offense. Unfortunately, they just could not convert against this defense.
Yeah, and I will say I'm very impressed by the defense of the Vikings. They took advantage where advantage could be taken.
Absolutely.
Really, there was only one time where they could have picked the ball off, and they actually just kind of ran into each other, unable to pull it down. But, those weren't such sharp throws. But when advantage could be taken, they did take advantage of those opportunities. So from this beautiful field on a wonderful night, week 2 of high school football here in the great state of Pennsylvania. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Please let other people know about the YouTube page and to subscribe to it. For Tom, Emma, Joey, Kyle, and myself, Rick, we give you the most wonderful opportunity to enjoy this fabulous Labor Day weekend here in Western Pennsylvania. Good evening, everyone.